Hi everyone, it's Dana. How are y'all doing? It's been a little while, but here I am. I have been really busy. I've been doing a lot of cleaning up of my desk. I've been doing a lot of making ephemera, but mostly I've been kind of cleaning up my desk with all of the little things that have been sitting around on it. And what I've been trying to do, like, okay, for instance, this basket was sitting on my desk and the bottom of it is a journal. And because it was at the bottom, I didn't even know that I had a cover and a signature and ephemera all cut out and ready to begin this journal. But because it was at the bottom, I didn't even know it was there because it had been so long. And I found this sitting here, and on top of it was piled all of these scraps of paper. So there were 12 by 12s, there were parts of 12 by 12 papers, there was just all kinds of scraps and stuff, and then this was all buried in the bottom. So we're going to do something with this, and we're going to turn this into a journal probably in an upcoming video. That's what I'm going to use that cover for. We'll probably start this journal at some point in the near future. And that is all that's left in this basket. All of the scraps I've taken care of. And I want to show you what I did. So I move this to the side. I have been making ephemera like crazy. Okay. So I have in here this was all made out of the scraps that were sitting in that pile. That's how much stuff was in here. And so I decided I'm going to clean that out. So I've got corner pockets. I've got tucks. I've got double pockets. I've got flip downs. I think there's like 4 of those. Yep, flip downs. This will wrap around a page like this. So there'll be a pocket here and a pocket on the next page. A bunch of tags. These are like tag pockets, nice big tag pockets. So they'll take up a whole page. So there's like 6 of those. These little ones will glue, this will glue on, this will sit on the edge of a page like this. And this will be glued down as a pocket, so it'll be holding it on there. And there's writing here and there's a pocket here. So I have several of those. I've got 4 little ones. And then I made a big one out of a bigger scrap that I had. Okay, these are all pockets on the front. 1, 2 pockets on the front. And I included a hinge on them. So there'll be a flip that on a page. So there's 1, 2, 3 of those. These are going to be glued, they're pockets. So they'll be glued on 3 sides. So there'll be a pocket here. There's a pocket here. And then I fold it over so that there's a little tuck on this side. So I've got 1, 2, 3 of those. And then I have like 5 journaling cards that are all backed and sewn around. So these are all to a point where they only need decorating. So that's that pile. And then I had full sheets that were, I found full sheets of 12 by 12s in that pile. So what I did was let me set these aside. So I did a tutorial on this in one of my Christmas journals. This was my favorite thing to do with a 12 by 12 piece of paper because it uses every part of the paper. So we created this double pocket that holds a little booklet. Goes in that pocket. This tag, all from the same sheet of paper, goes in this pocket. Then you glue on 3 sides so that there's a pocket back here. And the little notebook sits in there. So that's all one element. And then you create this double pocket or triple pocket. If you glue it on 3 sides, it'll be a triple pocket. That coordinates with it, that you can put on a different page. And then with the scrap little piece, you can sew and make a little ruffle. So that's one of my favorite things to do because it uses a whole sheet. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sets. I had 4 full sheets of paper that I made a set of those. So 4 sets of those. And then I had some little strips that I found, and I just made them into tiny ruffles for embellishment. So, and then I had manila folders, strips of manila folders that I had cut out to make, that were left, and I had made covers or whatever with them. So I cut them into various size tags. And then I did some 3x5 journal card. These can also be pockets. 5 inches is a good size for a pocket. So I just cut those into usable things that I can use to decorate or pull out to make a journaling card or whatever. So that cleared out that basket. Now over here, I have my shelves, and they hold my scrap bins, my inks, like, just to show you, little bins. Those are all like pearls and rhinestones and stuff. Then I have my inks that I use. My wipes are here, just little bins, some fabric, things that I pull from all the time. And the top shelf has like pads of grid paper, old calendars, things that I put the pages in journals that I use for pages as journals. Well, I found this stack in there last night because it was the last part of my desk that I needed to pull stuff that was up there that didn't belong up there. And I found, this is, oh my gosh, what collection? It's a Prima collection. I found these couple of scraps. I've got 1, 2, 3 scraps. This one has a little thing cut out from it, and these butterfly pages. I found a couple of pages from, I don't even know where these came from. They have to have been gifted to me. So I found these. And then out of that Prima collection, I found 2 full sheets of paper. And then I found 3 sheets that are left over from a Tim Holtz collection. These are full sheets. So this is what I needed to work on, okay? Because it's the last part of my desk that really needed to be purged of stuff that didn't belong, that I needed to do something, because I was bound and determined to take all the paper I had laying around that was within my reach and do something with it other than my scrap bins, because I use those all the time. So this is the pile I want to work with today, because it is, like I said, it's the last papers that were sitting around that needed something. I need to do something with these, and I didn't want to just stick them somewhere else. So what I'm going to do is separate out. Okay, these are cut aparts, so I will cut these apart and use them. I think this is from an Easter collection. We've got chicks and bunnies, Happy Easter right here, stuff. So I will not do this on camera. These are going to be cut apart, and the cut aparts will be used. So I will do that. Another thing is these, because these, when you cut these squares out, these are usable embellishments. And I use butterflies a lot. So what I'll probably do is just cut them apart on the lines, and then if I don't want to use the whole square, I can choose to fussy cut the butterfly out if I want. So I'm gonna do both of these sheets like that. It's a lot, but these will get used over time. Probably by the end of the year, there won't be any of these left. So these are also cut aparts. So I will do those off camera. So we have this full sheet, these two full sheets. I'm trying to see what collection this is. I think it's Prima Lavender, I think is what this is. Okay, so I have 3 full sheets here, and I have 3 full sheets here of Tim Holtz. So I'm gonna set those aside. And then I have these scraps. This is a really good size scrap. Let's start with this one. Let's see, how big is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 6. All right, so it's 6 by 12. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut it into 2 6 by 6 sheets of paper. Let me make sure it's 12. Yep. So I'm going to cut it into 2 6 by 6 pieces of paper. And what we can do with these is we can make, let me pull it out, this little thing here, because I just love this and it's super easy. So what we're going to do is, where's my bone folder? We're gonna fold them in half. Like you literally don't even need to, so we're gonna fold this in half, and then I'm gonna do them opposite so that we have one going each way. And that will change. I'm sorry if you can hear my dogs barking. They're in my daughter's room. Okay, so, oh, and I did it wrong. So let me fold this back this way. Easily fixed. Okay. Once you have them folded in half, put our example over here. Move these out of the way. I'm gonna need a pencil and I need my ruler. Hang on. Trying to figure out what's going on because somebody turned the faucet, the water on in the kitchen and walked away. So there's literally just the faucet running in the background. Sorry about that. I'm like, what is happening here? Just a second. Oh, you're so, my daughter's soaking the dog's water. I'm like, somebody turned on the water and just walked away.
Every day.
I know, I just didn't realize. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna open this up and on the right-hand flap right here, I'm gonna turn it this way and I'm gonna measure in 3 inches. Okay, right here. And I'm just gonna draw myself a light line, making sure my ruler's straight, and that's gonna be my cut line. So really light so that it can be erased. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing here, and this is gonna land on this red line right here, so I don't need to mark that. I'll just cut on that red line. Okay, so then we're gonna cut on your cut line, only up to the middle fold. Just up to your score line. All right, just like that. I'm just gonna erase what's left that I can see here. Okay, and these are super easy, and here's how to tell how things are gonna go. Your right side top piece is gonna be this pocket. So you're gonna see this front of it right here. So whatever's on the inside of your fold, right here on the top piece, is what's gonna show on this pocket here, okay? So what I'm gonna do, so I know what direction everything is I'm gonna punch a little notch. This is just a 1-inch hole punch. There, I'm also going to punch one here, and I'll show you what we're going to do. This piece here at the bottom that is also going to create a pocket, this is going to wrap around the other side, and it's going to create the pocket on the front. So I'm just going to kind of realign that up with the corner, make sure my fold is correct. Just like that. Now, if you're not going to sew around these, you're going to want to glue your pocket shut. Make sure to glue your pocket shut. I'm going to sew, but just for video purposes. Normally I just put a dot here and a small dot here, and I close it down just to hold it in place while I sew. But just for video purposes for y'all, go ahead and glue this down. Just a small line of glue there. Okay, glue that down like that. And literally, it's as simple as that. Okay, and then I'm gonna put some backing paper, some writing paper. I have this is where I put all my scraps that are good for backing things. Let's see what I can find in here that I'd be happy with. I'll just put some like coffee dyed paper or something on there. And I don't care that these edges are torn. I really don't care about that. So I'm just gonna tear this to where it fits in that area. I think I'm wanting this grungy bottom right here. Just like that. I'm going to give that a little bit of ink because I won't be able to get to it after I sew around it. Okay, and then we'll glue this down. My glue book. I'm almost ready for some new pages. This little section of my glue book is almost done. Put this here so I can see it. And this is not my idea. This idea comes from a channel called Paper Inspirations. And she has a playlist on her channel. I think it's called Use Up Your 12 by 12 papers, something like that. And she has a whole playlist of ideas. And that's where these instructions came from. Okay, I got that on crooked, but I don't really care. So now I'm just going to ink this up, and this will be ready to just sit on my sewing machine. So I can sew around. This Prima paper, I love their collections. It takes ink so well and it looks so good inked. But I'm the kind of person that most everything to me looks good inked. That's just my style. That's what I like. All right, so now this side. And I should have inked the top of this pocket before I glued it down. So I'm gonna try and get that the best I can. All right, and there we go. That's it. So this will literally sit on the edge of a page like this. And I'll glue on 3 sides of this pocket. So you have a pocket to put something in here, and then this kind of flips on the page and it'll have a tag in there. And when I go to sew, what I'm gonna do, just for your information, is I'm gonna sew down 3 sides on this pocket here, and then I will sew all the way around this side here. Okay, so that one I'm gonna put on my sewing machine. That one's ready to go. And I'm gonna ink this one before I do anything else because it's gonna go like, let's see. Let me punch my little, so this is going to be a pocket. And this will be a pocket. So that one's going to sit like this. So we're going to wrap this one around like this. Make that really good. And then I'll glue it down. Glue. It's going to go like that. Oh, I forgot to glue the bottom. Jeez. Oh, but I'm going to sew around it, so it's no big deal. That'll get closed up when I sew. We need to put some writing paper in here. Okay. All right, so we're all inked. Nope, no we're not. Right here. Need to do this side and here. All right. So let's just put some writing paper on here. And I think I have this whole stack here of these. And what I'm thinking is that I want to take these little margins off. And I'm going to measure this. Right here, like that. And what I'm going to do is only cover part of this because I think this would look really cute with maybe a little flower, maybe embellish the bottom here a little bit. So we'll leave that little bottom there for some embellishment. Flat ones, because it is a flip, so I don't really want to add bulk there, but some kind of flatter embellishment. Okay. My dog is snoring underneath the table that I'm crafting on. Okay, so there's that one, and that one's ready to be sewn around. I'll put that on my sewing machine. This was our example, so it can go back in the pile. Okay, and that scrap is taken care of. Okay, let's see what we have over here. Some of these are just so beautiful that I'm thinking I just want to do journaling cards out of them. So what I'm going to do is get my cutter. Like, I think this part right here, I don't know how big this is, but I'm thinking this part right here is going to make a really pretty journaling card. So I'm just going to back this, and I won't do that on camera. I'll just back this and sew around it, maybe put a little embellishment right here, and that'll be done. So the paper's just so beautiful. Let's see what else we can come up with. I think this part here would be really pretty as a journaling card. So let's see how much we can get out of that. Would be smaller, so maybe even a tag. I'm just going to cut it right where so like I want this part right here. And that can be just a smaller little journaling card or even a tag. but that image is really pretty. And then we have this one. We can turn that one into a journaling card as well. So those are going to be journaling cards. This one right here, I'm going to cut just right on this natural line. That can be a journaling card too. This is going to go in scraps. This is going to go in scraps. So we've got several journaling cards out of that sheet. This can make a tag. Just cut this little edge off right here, this torn edge. And I think what I'll do is just take my tag punch on the large angle side, and then we have a nice tag. So we've got journaling cards and tags out of that scrap. I'm gonna put those aside because they just need to be backed. I'm gonna throw these little things into my scrap bin, which is right in front of me. Okay, and then we have this. Let's see, what do we want to do with this? I'm thinking a flip down would be nice. Let's see what we get when we take off this turn edge here. How much we have left. It's going to be about 5.5, which is a little too big. I'm going to go 4 3/4 with this. And I'm just going to rip this right in the middle, and I'm going to throw this in my scrap bin. Okay, and I'm going to leave this as the inside, or maybe this should be the inside. I think this, I'm going to make this the inside. So I'm just going to fold this up just like this. And I'm going to fold this down like that. I'm going to round these corners here. Okay. I like the ledger writing. I'm not sure that really, this back really needs to be inked, because I'm probably going to glue, this one's larger, so I'm probably going to glue it down to a page, but just in case. But definitely the front here. All right. Okay, so we have that, and I'll line the inside with writing paper and ink the inside off camera. And then when I go to decorate this, what I will do is I'll put a little something here to keep this flap down. And that will sit on a page. That'll be nice. Okay, so that one's done. Okay, so all the scraps are done. Where's my glue pen? Here it is. Now we have full sheets that are left. So let's decide what we want to do with our full sheets. I'm just going to get this out of my way here because I don't think that I'll back things unless I absolutely need to on camera. So put this over here. Okay, so we have this, which really is not really my style. I'm gonna leave this for last. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut the branding strip off here. And what I love about Prima paper is their branding strip gives you the design that's on the other side of the paper. So we have this beautiful floral here, and I will make ruffles out of these. So that will be a ruffle. So the other side of this branding strip are these beautiful flowers here, pink and purple flowers. So that will also be turned into a ruffle. So I'm gonna put these over on my sewing machine because that's what I'm gonna do with those. All right, let's see here. I'm thinking some pockets, definitely. So let's do maybe even some side pockets. Let's do 5 1/4. Maybe 5 1/8. How do I want to do this? Hang on, let me think. Tall, how am I going to do like 4 inches tall? I'm going to do like, because then that'll give me a 3.5 inch pocket. Yeah. So I'm going to go 4 inches. Then I'm going to go 5 1/8 on the length of the pocket. I'm left with this, which I'll throw in my scrap bin. Those are going to be great to use on collage and stuff. Okay, so I'll show you what we're going to do with these. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab this Primus paper kind of thick. So I'm just going to grab my scoreboard. I'm looking for my stylus. Here it is. And I'm going to turn this on its side to where the 4-inch side is at the top here. And I'm just going to score at like 1/2 inch, just so that folds down nicely. I'm going to do the same thing on both. Actually, I think I'm going to score this one on this side. So I think I'm going to make pockets, one out of one decoration and one out of the other. Okay, so what I'm going to do is fold this down just like this. Before I glue that, I'm going to give this some ink just right here on the outer lip. And then I'm going to glue this flap that I turned over. I'm just going to glue that down because it's decorative. Then when I go to sew this, I'll zigzag across here and then I'll straight stitch around the pocket. And that's a pretty pocket with a nice kind of different edge, different print on the edge of the pocket. And that'll be a great place to embellish. Okay, so we have that pocket. Let's do the other one. And so this one, even though the script's upside down, that does not bother me. It's just a little decorative edge. I could have done the other end and it would have been fine, but that's okay. I didn't really think about it, but it's all right. It's not a big deal. Okay, I'm just gonna glue this down so it stays in place. And that'll look really nice with like some lace just under this little lip right here. All right. Okay, so we've got 2 cute little pockets. So we have that. Let's make some side pockets. Keep that open. And we'll do the same thing if we cut. Let's see, what measurement do we have here? we are at 8 inches here, so that'll make a nice, let's do, let me measure what I did over here. Where are those double pockets? Here they are. Let's see here. So I had the full width is 4. That's 1 1/4 inches, so 5 1/4. Okay, these were 8. These were 8 by 8 papers now that I remember. So let's go by 8. 8 by 8. We're left with this, and we can make this something very easily. Okay, so I'm remembering now what I did here. Okay, so what I did was let me put it to where it's the right side up. So what I did was I folded it in half. And then I took this and I just eyeballed it. And I folded this down like that. Okay. I'm going to ink this edge here. And this edge here, because I won't be able to get to them once they're sewed down. And then we ink the whole thing. I need to replace the sponge on my... Okay, so now what we're going to do is just glue this here. And the other side too, to make that pocket. Okay, and then you take this side and just on this little flap here, you're going to glue here and here. And again, I'm going to sew all of these, but if you're not a sewer, just glue. It still looks beautiful. Okay, so when we glue this onto a page, we'll have a tuck, we'll have a pocket here, we'll have a pocket here, and then we have a tuck here. Okay, that's really pretty. So I'd like to make one of those out of this one too. Okay, so that's done. And we're left with this. So we can make this a nice tag. It's a little wide, it's 4 inches. Let's do a journaling card. So we'll just do 4 by 6 journaling card because that's a nice size. And then we'll make this a little tiny tag. Okay, so I will just back this. Let me just around the edges. And then I'll just back this and we'll decorate it. And I can decide which side I want to do. Okay, so there's another journaling card. I'll just punch the corners on this. And we've got a little tag. You can always use little things to go in little pockets. Okay, and that's one whole 12 by 12 done. So let's work on this one. I definitely want to do one of those side pockets, the 8 by 8s. So let's do that. I'm going to check my time here. So we'll do 8 by 8. Okay, and then we'll fold it in half. Then I'll fold this back down. It's about an inch, maybe an inch and a quarter, something like that. I think these edges here before I can glue down. This one's super easy. Okay, and then we'll glue these down. Just like that. And maybe just for funsies, okay, let's just round these corners here. That's fun. And then that one's ready just for some decorating. These Prima papers don't need a whole lot of decorating because they're really beautiful just on their own, isn't it? That's just gorgeous. This was one of my favorite. I bought so much of this, and this is the last that I've got left. I think I bought like 3 paper pads of this. I made a journal out of one. I did several things, and this is the last that I've got left. Okay, so we did that one. Let me just check our time here. Ooh, we're at 41 minutes, so let's finish these 2 here, and then I'll work on these later, and I will show you what I did. This is 4 inches, so let's just go ahead and do a flip down of this one. And I'm thinking, I love these little flip downs. They're great to go on a page. And it takes up a nice page, and it creates some nice writing space. And then it also is just really beautiful, the paper. My problem with this is, like, I wish I had a journal going that would match this right away, because I really want to use it because it's so pretty. I was glad to find these little pieces of this paper tucked away somewhere because I thought I didn't have any left, and this is always one of my favorite paper collections from Prima. So it was a treat to find some little bits left. Okay. So pretty. This one I won't do anything with but put a little closure here because the paper is so beautiful. I don't want to cover it up with anything. And I'll line it with some writing paper and ink the inside. Okay, so we have that. And then we just have this. So let's turn this into a journaling card just like we did the last one. We'll turn this into a journaling card. 4 by 6. Is this 4? Yeah. 4 by 6. I'll round the corners. And then I'll back it. And it'll be ready, and sew around it, and it'll be ready to embellish. Then I'm going to take my tag punch, and we'll turn this into a tag. And there, just like that, all of those Prima papers and scraps. Let me pull everything that we did. And they still need a little work. They need backing, sewing, things like that, and I'll work on that later, and I'll show you obviously when they're done. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a couple more in here too. Those are pockets. There they are. That's a tag. We had another little tag too, didn't we? Yeah, here it is. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 journaling cards. We have 3 tags. We have 2 pockets. We have 2 flip downs that are different sizes. And then we have these side pockets that we did. That's all that I have left of that collection. It is all done. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed just sitting here playing with me. I have just these 4, well, 5. I have this one and these 3 Tim Holtz ones that I need to do some stuff with. And I will do that today. And I will show you what I created with them. And then I have these 3 cut apart pages that I need to cut apart. And then what I'm going to do next is, once I have all of that done, then I need to organize my 2 bins of ephemera over there. That'll be my next project. And then we can get started on another journal. I just so wanted to get my situation over here organized before I started any more journals, because it was a mess. So thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I will see you in the next video. God bless. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.